What's up? This thing's not working right. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna do a quick questionnaire that I got recently. I'll be doing little videos like this every once in a while. Kind of want to get some questions, answer them to help people out. Someone asked me, what do you think about training to failure and if it matters? Now, the deal with this is that, hold on a second. This stand is not really on point here. There we are. Alright, the deal with training to failure is you can actually train to absolute failure where you cannot lift it at all anymore. And you've tried and you failed. Some people do that and call that failure. For me, I think failure is I can't complete another rep with proper form. So I got it, and then I'm gonna be like, start, using momentum on a curl or a press, start doing this wiggle shit. So failure to me is pretty much, I gave it my all with perfect form. I probably couldn't get another one. Now, for me, I stopped just before failure, where it's pretty much failure. Like, this is my last rep, and if I went down, came back up, I wouldn't get it. That for me is failure. So anyways, train to failure. I personally train to failure. It's something I used to do a long time ago. I stopped doing it. I started focusing on more volume, the pumping, just as mainly because I got injuries, right? And a lot of people would be like, FST7, like, you gotta get a pump, bro. You gotta pump your muscles up. Listen, you need to take your muscle beyond your comfort zone. And by doing that is training till failure, or close to failure. I like 1 rep till failure or to failure. And the reason is this. Certain body parts have more fast twitch muscle fibers, more slow twitch. However, when you come close to failure or failure, your body recruits every single muscle fiber it has in that muscle to move the weight. And you want that. You want to recruit as many muscle fibers as possible, most potential for growth. Also, when you train till failure, you can gauge everything a lot better. You're pushing your threshold, you're pushing your comfort zone, you're creating a lot of tension in that muscle, and you're you're going to need a reaction by growing out of that. What I like to do is this. I train till failure, I give it my all, okay? I don't go beyond failure, I don't do forced reps, people making me do extra reps. That's really not beneficial. You give it your all, and that's that. It should be the way you do anything in life. You should always give it your all and try to improve from that. So if you give it your best shot, say on the first set I got 8 reps, the next set I got 6 reps, the next set I got 5, whatever. Every time I'm going to give it my very best, and then I'm going to record that. I'm going to record it down my little notebook or my iPhone or your fucking Android, whatever you're using, and you're going to try to improve that, okay? You're going to try to do better than that next time. And that's really as simple as it can be. When I experimented with doing more volume, just volume, as in say you're squatting 450 pounds and you do it for 5 reps. That should mathematically be the same as doing 225 for 10, correct? But it's not the same. It's not even close to being the same. So I did this because I had some injuries. I injured my shoulder by going too heavy with too much volume, without enough recovery and a calorie deficit. Things happen. Probably messed up my form. You get hurt sometimes. So I was like, I can't lift heavy anymore. I'm just gonna pump train. Now I would pump train and stop before it got too tough. I'd start to feel it getting, like I'm working, and I would just stop. And I'd do it again over tons of sets. And I wasn't getting the same response. I started to lose weight a little bit. I started to get flatter. The muscle didn't have that density. Now, the deal is this, is that if I took those light weights that I was using, lighter weights than my heavy bench, and I was going till failure, I would have elicited that. I would have made that response happen in my pecs because all my muscle fibers would have been recruited. The problem was I was pacing myself, and that's something you don't want to do. Let me give you an example. If you take a 5-pound dumbbell and you curl it all day, you know, just all day, you're just pumping it all day, maybe even 2-pound weight, but you do it all day. Mathematically, at the end of the day, you would have done more volume. You would have done way more volume. You would have lifted more weight all day. But you know that that won't correlate into the same exact muscle response or hypertrophy as if you were curling 60-pound dumbbells for, you know, 3-4 reps over, you know, 10 sets or something. It just doesn't. The thing is, you never push that threshold. You never hit that threshold of really taxing the muscle and causing a response to make it want to grow, make it not want to, make it have to grow. That's what you need. You need to feel uncomfortable. You need to get to that point where you're giving it your all, and don't have to go past that. You can only do what you can do. Don't rely on other people to force those reps out. I don't like having a spot unless I'm doing a bar work. If I have like a barbell, the only reason why I want a spotter is to make sure I don't fail and drop it on my chest. If I have dumbbells and you see me lifting, you're like, new spot. No, I don't need a spot, because I do not want anyone to help me get that weight up. Either I get it up myself or it doesn't count, you know? Because what happens if I get it up but with you, right? What if you're not there next week? How am I gonna gauge all this? I need to give it everything that I have by myself, and then I need to improve upon that. So train till failure, give it your all, and constantly try to beat that. Now, obviously, there's some things you gotta have, you know, good programming, not overtraining too much. When I say overtraining, I mean not working out so much and not eating enough for the most part. If you're in a calorie deficit and you're not eating a lot and you're doing chest every friggin' day or something crazy, and you're doing, you know, fucking Pilates or some weird shit, and you never have a chance to actually recover and eat and refuel, and you're drained for your energy and you have no energy to lift, then, you know, your weights might not go up. So I'm a little disorganized right now with all these, with what I'm saying. I'm a little dehydrated here. So let me summarize it again. For me, this is what I do, and I think you guys should try it. Go to the gym. Maybe some of you already do lift like this, but lift until failure or close to failure, when you can't do one more rep by yourself. When you get there, write down how much weight you did, how many reps you did, rest, recover, and then go again till you fail, for as many sets as you have to do. And then next time you go into the gym, try to beat that. Simple as that. That's what I recommend everyone does. A lot of people pace themselves and they look at percentages, they do 3 reps, 4 reps, whatever, and that's fine. Everything works. Everything works, but I try to figure out what's optimal and what's the easiest. And lifting until failure, staying with that same routine that you're using and trying to beat that every time you're in the gym, it doesn't get much better than that. It doesn't get much easier, it doesn't get much simpler. It's pretty much driven in your head. Let me lift. Oh, I can't lift anymore. All right, next week when I come back, or in 4 days when I come back, I'm going to beat that. You know, it's very simple. As for how long you should rest, that's different for everyone. The longer the rest, the more strength you're going to have. I take short breaks right now. I kind of want to get more of, I kind of want my body to adapt to the short breaks. I do 15 breaths, and the reason why I say 15 breaths is because if you time breaths, not like, if I time a breath like, that, when I do that about 15 times, I get about a minute and a half. And that way, gauging it all the time, I'm always have the same amount of time in between sets. So I just count my breaths and I do my next set. I would like to be able to have more endurance in a way. I like to have more of a cardio effect when I do these weights. Sometimes I used to take when I was bulking and stuff, you know, like 5-minute breaks in between each set. But the main thing is I want to get enough time to recover, to get, you know, glycogen flowing back, restored lactic acid out of me, and be able to lift again till failure. I'm not going to get as many reps on the short break, but your body adapts to it and you actually get better at it. And you can continue to make improvements. So that's it. If you have any other questions, I can make some videos like this on my opinion on what I do. Like I said, train to failure, try it, or at least 1 rep close to failure. And that'll be it. I also shaved my face and I hate that shit. I wish I could do this channel full time. This would be my closing. I wish I could do this channel full time, guys. I really do. I wish this was my full-time job, and not just for lifting, but honestly for everything that I find. I do a lot of, studying on my own on how to improve every aspect of life, and I would love to share it all with you. And I wish this was my full-time gig, and maybe one day it will be. But I appreciate all the support and everyone that's enjoyed my channel, and I'm gonna keep doing what I do on here, and hopefully post more videos and answer your questions, and hopefully get some workout videos. I've been experimenting with different diets and different techniques, but I know exactly what works for me, what works for, I feel like, 99% of the people. But if someone ever says there's another possible thing that works, I don't mind giving it a try. I don't mind experimenting and finding out if that's the truth or not. But so far, the way I do things has been the best. The way I diet and everything like that. The new things haven't been working out as well. But more of that later on in future videos. And I'll put if anyone's interested in contributing to the page, I will post a link down below in the description. Just if you want to help out, I'm going to be putting more money into the channel. There's another private gym I want to be working out at, where I could be recording and stuff like that. And either way, all of it will happen at some point. A couple years from now, a couple months from now, this channel will be everything that I want it to be. So be patient, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Later.